Welcome to the Bottom Line with U of M great and former NFL star Braylon Edwards and Ryan Ermanni. Sit back and let's talk some Detroit sports right now on the Bottom Line.
And here we go. That's right, Wednesday, August 24th, 2022. Ermanni and Edwards, Bottom Line, Woodward Sports Network. Ryan Ermanni, Braylon Edwards, good afternoon to you, my friend.
I know everybody out there was wondering where I was at and was I still here? You're damn right I'm still a part of the team. Look, Chad kidnapped us and took us out of Fort Lauderdale, which wasn't a bad trip.
What was my invite, by the way?
Hey, look, you have work, man.
Chad likes me. I like Chad.
Well, it was me and D-Mac. You had some work to do, man. You know what I'm saying? So we don't want to take you from work.
One of us drew the short straw and had to stay home.
But the next time is all you and Maz.
Okay.
So next time it's you, Maz, and Neil Rule. You guys get a chance to go out there and hang out. But glad to be back. I see I missed some things since I've been gone, like the re-edition of the Giant Slide. How many lawsuits has the Giant Slide racked up so far in its week of existence?
I'm going down there before the show tomorrow, and I'm going to do the Giant Slide. I'm going to go down it.
So now, you know when Flex likes to show at the end of the show, we show the video of you, kind of, what is it, zip lining downtown Detroit. That is what the equivalent of what the Giant Slide looks like. It looks like you might break your neck sliding down that thing. I don't think you should do it. That's just me.
Tom Mazawey, good afternoon to you, my friend.
You tried to convince me yesterday to go with you. That ain't happening.
I'll go with you.
I think it's too high for me to even go up there, man. That's
you got to walk a little bit.
No, it's a little scary. It's too high.
His vertical is set in.
Yeah, but man, and our friend G-Mac Cash,
yes,
we've had him on the show here. He made that song about the Giant Slide.
That was fun. And we had him on before. Yeah, Detroit, man, there's a lot of talent there, man. This is dope.
You bump your head, Giant Slide. You lose a tooth, Giant Slide. Come on, G-Mac Cash. I know what's up. Braylon, great to have you back. We have not done a show between, Braylon going down to Florida with Chad and then the golf tournaments. I was out sick for a week, essentially.
Maz was on vacation.
Maz was on vacation. This is the first time the show has been together. We got Fletch and Flannel first and third base as well.
So since 2 Fridays ago.
I mean, this is ridiculous. So it is great to have the team all together and great to have you along with us wherever you are consuming Woodward Sports Network. Thanks so much. Great show for you today. We'll talk to Pat Harris coming up in about 20 minutes as we do each and every Wednesday. Assistant Director for NFL Films, HBO Hard Knocks. Incredible episode last night that we'll get to. The Lions practiced at night, in the evening yesterday. We'll get to that. But we have to start, Braylon, with the news that just came out about 20 minutes ago in regards to the 2023 baseball schedule, Major League
we should
Baseball.
Talk about the Tigers.
I just quickly want to mention it. The schedule is out, and there are a number of different changes. First of all, each team plays each team.
First time ever.
First time in the history of baseball that each team plays each team. So there's going to be 52 division games.
To me.
That is down from 76. So instead of playing
19,
the Indians 19 times a year, you're going to play them 13 times a year. Now the intra-league games, American versus American, national versus national, that will be 64 total games, down from 66. And then the interleague games, American versus national, that goes from 20 games currently to 46 games.
Wow.
I mean, the Tigers go to the LA Dodgers next year. They welcome in the Chicago Cubs. They go to St. Louis. They go to Washington to play the Nationals. I absolutely love it.
You said something before we started the show, and I got to give you credit for it. This is how you grow the brand that is called baseball. Baseball is in the pits right now. Baseball is the least liked out of 4, including hockey, by the way. It's the least locked. It's the least paid attention to. It's the least in terms of popularity, in terms of attendance to games, etc. This is how you grow the brand. Like I was just telling you, like imagine now, imagine it's 1988. I don't get a chance to see Shohei Ohtani if he's playing in 1988 and I've been rooting for the Tigers and living in Detroit. You saw him this year and you saw him last year. Now you get a chance to go out and see the Dodgers, who, oh, by the way, have an all-star team if you list that team. You talked about San Diego Padres. If I want to go see Fernando Tatis, if he ever plays again. If I want to go see Manny Machado and Juan Soto, and then obviously he's pinching the Nationals, going to see Scherzer. So I think it's dope that you get a chance to be inside both leagues. And you get a chance to see all the stars come out and play. It does grow the brand.
Tigers open up on the road in Tampa at the Dome. That will be March 30th. And then their home opener would be the following week. Takes a while. April 8th, the home opener in Detroit. That's a Thursday.
April 6th.
Is it April 6th?
Yep, April 6th.
My bad. April 6th against the Bo Sox. And they come in. So there's your opener for the Tigers.
Yeah, open up with 6 games on the road, Tampa Bay and Houston. But again, I think look, the Tigers are terrible right now. But isn't it cool to go down to the ballpark and see the San Francisco Giants?
That's today.
That's going on right now. And next year, the Tigers will play the Dodgers in September. They'll welcome in the Yankees and the Cubs in August.
The dog days. Get good
gives you
teams.
a reason to go to the ballpark.
Yeah, it's very synonymous with the Detroit Pistons. The Detroit Pistons have been bad for the last few years. But when the Pistons are playing Golden State, that's a hot ticket. When the Pistons are playing the Bucks, that's a hot ticket. When the Pistons are playing insert team that's winning or winning championships right now, you go down to LCA because you want to see that other roster. And I think it's the same thing with baseball. You want to see the big bats and you want to see the speed of the interleague teams.
And if you're a crappy if you're in a crappy division, like the Tigers, I think are in a crappy division. You want to see as a Tigers fan, do you want to see the Guardians and the Royals
19 times?
38 times a year?
No.
Don't forget the Twinks.
Don't forget about the Minnesota Twins. Do you want to see the Twins? What's 19 times 3? 57?
Yes.
Do you want to see 57 of your 162 games against the friggin' Twins, Royals, and Guardians?
I
don't.
No.
It's all the same. Like it gets to a point where you start to have that vertigo. You're like, oh my God, didn't they just play? Didn't they just play again?
Yeah.
Oh my God, do they have any star power on that team? Like the Twins are the only ones that have had star power. Watching over a few years, I can somewhat stomach the Twins game. Watching the Guardians a million times. The freaking Royals,
the first place Guardians.
Exactly. They came back and took over first place.
Hell yeah.
But it's just boring. The Royals are even more boring. So I'm glad that they lowered that number.
And don't you think this evens it up a little bit for teams around Major League Baseball, too? If you look at the Baltimore Orioles,
poor guys.
Your 19 games against the Rays and the Yankees and the Bo Sox feel a little bit different than the Tigers' 19 games against the Royals.
Tampa Bay's going to improve. Baltimore is going to improve because they're playing out of that freaking division.
Absolutely. So it evens things up for baseball teams, and I think gives everybody at least equally as good a chance as the next guy, rather than this unbalanced schedule, which does nothing for me.
Does nothing for me as well. I'm glad they changed. Like you said, though, man, now you get a chance to travel. Like this also may increase traveling. People going to take teams to play somewhere. See the Tigers play outside of Comerica Park. You know what? Let's take the kids. Let's take the wife. Let's go see them play at Dodger Stadium. And while we're out there, we can do this, that, and the third. So I think it definitely will increase traveling for the Major League Baseball, and it will increase popularity again.
You know how much I love baseball. It's one of my faves. Okay, but they should be playing no more than 150 games, and they should be done in beginning of October. That's when the playoffs should start. The playoffs should not start the second or third week of October.
Yeah, right now the Game 1 of the World Series starts October 28th?
28th.
Yeah. It's too long, man. I know they started late this year because of the lockout, but not that much late.
You could have a new Mr. November.
No, there's only one Mr. November.
Yeah, I think baseball shouldn't be played past October. Yeah, I think it's a warm weather game. You go outside. You want to see the bats. You want to see the home runs. You want them to be able to play outside in good condition. You start creeping into that mid-November. It's going to be cold. It's going to be snowing. Hey. You don't want to see a World Series played in middle of November in New York. I got news, fans. I got news. It's not going to be fun for the weather.
To me, it's got to be over before Halloween.
Yeah.
Halloween. You don't play a World Series game on Halloween. You leave that holiday for us family guys.
October 30th should be the final game of the World Series.
It's over.
Speaking of October 30th, you know what day that was.
Hey, I do want to make mention of this. How many of us Tigers fans go down to opening day, April 1st or whenever it is,
and you freeze
March and you
18th.
say, why don't they open up in dome stadiums? And
finally,
and look at this. On the road at Tampa Bay, Dome Stadium. Yep. On the road at Houston, Dome Stadium. And then you come home for 3, and then you go back out on the road in Toronto where you have the enclosed stadium as well.
Nice.
You got your wish. You were talking about this earlier this year when we did downtown, when we were at Tin Roof. You talked, not Tin Roof, excuse me. We were at Brass Rail. You talked about, man, it's cold outside. Why do they always open? Why can't they open up on the road? You made a big stink about it back in March. Well, you know what? There, you got
Schedule
your
makers
wish.
have listened.
But we won't get Miggy hitting that home run in the snow.
Yes, we did. That's one of Miggy's moments that he's had actually in a game.
Don't get him started.
Hey, today's the moment that him and Austin Romine brawled the Yankees and the Tigers. You remember that brawl?
Yes, I do actually.
Yep. Today was the day. I don't know exactly the exact year.
What was the year?
It might have been 2012.
By the way, I can't let this date go by without mentioning the Black Mamba. 8/24.
This is true.
And Woodward Sports, if you go to Woodward Sports Twitter page, they put out a video on 8/24 today of Kobe Bryant the last time he was introduced at the Palace by Mason. I got goosebumps listening to that. I mean, I still cannot believe Kobe is gone. Incredible. Yeah. And on this day, 8/24.
Just had his birthday.
Yeah, 8/24. You just got to shout out to him and just pray for his family.
Kobe's one of those individuals that when Kobe was playing, I wasn't a huge Kobe Bryant fan. Like, I had friends that were Kobe guys. I was always a Jordan guy.
Same.
And there was nothing that was going to take me away from being a Jordan guy. And Kobe is just, everything he did seemed to rub me the wrong way. He seemed to be annoying. Like, it just seemed like this kid, this child that was annoying and blah, blah, blah. He's one of those players, though, when it's all said and done, and now the stories come out, and now you're able to look back and see the mindset behind why he acted certain ways, you realize the greatness that Kobe has. Michael Jordan, they always, in basketball, they always talk about his work ethic. Like, his work ethic is the one. There's never been a greater work ethic than Kobe Bryant. There will never be a greater work ethic than Kobe Bryant. I remember Phil Handy, who's an assistant coach with the Lakers. He's a shooting coach. Right. He goes and does an interview on All the Smoke with Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson Stack, who's familiar with the Palace. But he said, when I went to Kobe one time, I asked him, I said, man, why you such an a-hole? Like, he asked him. He said, because it was going back to then when he had those bad teams, like the Smush Parkers and those teams. He said, why? He said, I'm not an a-hole, man. I'm not passing those guys the ball. He said, I don't trust them. He said, those guys, they get to practice 20 minutes before practice starts. He said, those guys are out the door 5 minutes after practice is over. I don't trust them. They don't put the work in, so that's why I trust them. Now when you go back and you look at Kobe shooting over 4 people and him scoring 40 points a night, you're like, I get it.
It just goes to show you, if I knew then what I know now, the opinions that you have of players, of teams, of organizations.
Towards Achilles and went out there, still shot 2 free throws.
Absolutely, no doubt about it. So just wanted to recognize Kobe today on 8/24. Lions, Hard Knocks last night. One of the great episodes, I think, certainly to me more intriguing than episode number 2. But I think this was essentially the best episode of the series. Yeah. And I'll tell you why. Braylon's got thoughts, Maz has thoughts, and we'll get into it with the assistant director, NFL Films, Hard Knocks, HBO. Pat Harris will do that 12 minutes from now. But first, a message from Cintron.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Cintron is the official energy drink of the Detroit Red Wings. Cintron has combined all 3 of their flavors in a limited edition 6-pack. That's right. You can get this 6-pack at CintronWorld.com/Red Wings. All 3 of the flavors are in there. That is the cranberry, the sugar-free, and the classic. Let Cintron crown you. Let they be a part of your moments, be a part of your life. Drink it, live it with Cintron.
When you need apparel, there's only one place to go. Big Frog in Novi. With no setup fees, no artwork fees, no minimum, and a 24-hour turnaround, you can have your whole team outfitted in no time. Embroidery, direct-to-garment, vinyl, and screen printing, Big Frog has it all in all the styles you want. So whether it's a sports team, fundraiser, school event, or corporate needs, Big Frog is your one-stop destination. Visit bigfrog.com/Novi or call 844-4-BIG-FROG.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991. Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
Grab your favorite jersey and join us down at Monroe Street Midway on August 25th for a Jurors Day Thursday roller skating party. Our very own Woodward Heavyweights will be broadcasting live from the Rollout Detroit roller rink with a jersey-themed party starting immediately after with a DJ and a jersey giveaway. So mark your calendars and join the Woodward crew for Jurors Day Thursday, August 25th at Monroe Street Midway.
How about this? Last night after practice, Darren McCarty, our own D-Mac.
D-Mac.
Shaking hands at Lions practice with head coach Dan Campbell. Mutual respect there.
He's right there.
Pretty darn cool if D-Mac's in the other room right now. But how about that photo? Just gives you
Beautiful.
a glimpse. Just absolutely love that
Maddie
photo.
took that picture, so hats off to you, Maddie.
Absolutely.
I love that. And when I see that picture, when I look at it, what I hope I'm seeing out of the picture, if it's foreshadowing at all, is you got one champion talking to a future champion.
Absolutely.
That's how I'm looking at that picture. I'm
I
looking
like
at
it.
D-Mac as a four-cupper. He's talking to a guy that maybe
D-Mac,
Lombardi.
Dan Campbell should maybe have D-Mac come talk to the team.
Yeah.
He's a 4-time Stanley Cup champion. He's a
Who else do you
downright
want?
winner. Exactly.
Not to mention that grit is their new thing. Grit is their thing,
Yeah.
their motto. I mean, well, he is only a member of the grind line, so I'm just telling you.
He's just
There
got to
you
show.
go.
He's just got to show his grill.
There you
There
go.
you go.
That's
so
it.
is Knuckles.
Braylon, your impression of last night's episode of Hard Knocks is what?
Amazing. I thought it was amazing last night. We were talking about it before the show. I love the character development of it. I can't wait till we talk to him in 10 minutes or so. The character development was great. You know, you talk about Craig Reynolds, and you see his brother in jail. But the character development is what made it popular. You show Easy, and not our own Easy with the heavyweights, talking about the left tackle, showing Easy, talking about his family. He hasn't been able to see his mom and dad since he's been in the country. And he's trying to play and make it the roster so that he can have his family come over here and bring them here. You see his sister cheering in the stands. So I think the transparency, you know, and the vulnerability of Craig Reynolds showing us on camera him talking to his brother who's been behind bars now for 12 years. Like, that was something that was amazing. That endeared me to Craig Reynolds. Now I'm watching him a little different. Now I'm pulling for him a little more. But the thing that really stood out to me yesterday, Ryan, is Dan Campbell comes in the room, and this is after the loss to the Lions.
A loss to the
Falcons.
Yeah.
And he has the dust on the pants. And he says, this is all the dirt and the BS and the stuff that we need to get rid of. We need to get rid of this stuff. He said, we're right there. We control the time of possession. You know, we have more yards. We've done all the right things, but then there's something that seems to go wrong. Dan Campbell then shakes the dust off the pants as saying, this is the moment that we shake off the SOL, the same old Lions. And I love that. I remember when I was at Michigan State, the Spartan Bob game. Now, out in the public, Lloyd was pissed about Spartan Bob. Mm-hmm. But do you know what he told his players? I mean, two stories, this one and a Rex Ryan story. He wouldn't let us use that excuse. And I think that's what Dan Campbell is instilling in the players for the Detroit Lion culture now. Get away from all those excuses. Get away from the same old Lion stuff. He's harping on that. Just like now. Like now, Maz to this day will go back and talk about how the Lions got screwed against Dallas. Man, that was like 7 years ago. He didn't talk about the 2 interceptions that Stafford threw. They didn't talk about time of possession, management, woes that they had in that game. They just talk about that play. Talk about what you did wrong. And that's what he's telling his player, not giving them a way out, not giving them an excuse. I like that. We played against the Patriots when I was with the Jets, 2010, and they beat the doggone snot out of us on Monday Night Football. Mm-hmm. We came into the game both 9-2. They left. No, we were 9-1. 9-2, 9-2. They beat us by 49-3. Rex, the next day, takes a ball. Now, I don't know if this was a ball from the game or if this was just some football. It didn't matter. After the team meeting, we go outside. Rex had dug a little plot, and he buried the football in the ground that game. He said that game is buried in the ground. That BS team that showed up to the field that night, that's buried in the ground. We essentially buried all the BS stuff that we had let seep in, and eventually it caught up to us, so we got whooped. I like that Dan Campbell's doing the same thing. Shake all that stuff out. Let's move forward.
I loved it. Really, really loved it. I was smiling the entire show. That's an hour of a smile that I needed. I rewatched it today when I got in the office, and Braylon hit it all on the head for me. He has got all the points that I wanted to hit on. But I loved Kelvin Shepard, the linebackers coach. And you know, that room is light. We all know that. Yeah. There's not a lot of great talent in that room, except he loves himself some Malcolm Rodriguez. So that kid is making plays still. He is the real deal, and he will start at linebacker for the Lions. So as the Indy game was coming up, Shepard goes around in the room. Derek Barnes, you're going to wear the microphone. You got the green dot on your helmet. You got to show. You got about 15 to 20 plays to show me what you got. That kid, I think, is, last year they drafted him out of Purdue.
Yeah.
He's got some work to do. He said, Alex Anzalone, you're sitting this game out. You're probably going to make the team. And Anzalone, you could see he took a deep breath.
It did.
Because
if
you
like he did
watch
that,
it,
right?
I watched it a second time. That's a guy who said goodbye to the Detroit Lion fans last year after the season on Twitter. I remember it. I'm like, well, they're not bringing this guy back. And then what do? They bring him back. They brought everybody back. They want to run it back, run that 3-win team back. But this is a team. This is a different team. And I'm sorry. You guys all know I got a big man crush on Dan Campbell. I love that guy. Duce Staley losing his voice. Yeah. Phenomenal. Getting on those running backs. Getting up on them. He was killing those guys. Again, I just loved what they did the last 2 days against the Colts. The second day of practice, and, of course, in that game. I just love what this team is doing. And Tim Boyle, he throws a good ball. He does. He throws a nice ball.
So
it's not bad, those backups.
I'll start with this.
I was impressed by both backups.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I was.
I mean, they were impressing backups for the Detroit Lions. Nowhere else. Now, what I will say about this, I appreciate that, Flip.
Shut up, Sam.
Nowhere else. But I was looking at Rodriguez, looking at this linebacking core, looking at this secondary. Like, that's going to be their issue this year. We know the defense is going to be the weak link for the Detroit Lions. You see that so far, even in the preseason. You see them struggle in secondary. You see them struggling with corner routes. You see these little things happen. But let's not be negative. Let's talk about some positive. When I was watching Malcolm Rodriguez, I kind of went back and watched some of his film when he was at Oklahoma State. And I was watching film of him in practice, and I was watching stuff in these games. I'm not saying he could be this guy, but he reminds me a little of Zach Thomas. Like, when I watch this game, he reminds me of Zach Thomas. Zach Thomas was a little firefly. He was 5'10", 228 pounds. I'm gonna be everywhere. Played against him my rookie year. First of all, Zach Thomas should be in the Hall of Fame, but he's a smaller guy, hit like a brick, was everywhere, knew the defense. He was everywhere the play was. Zach Thomas caught me on a curl route my rookie year. I ran a curl route right into a four zone, and he knew the ball was coming to me. He swiveled his hips right as the pass was released. I saw him and the ball at the same time. I said, damn. Caught the ball. He hit me on the chin. My helmet came up. And then went down. And he was everywhere that game. That's what taught me about it. It's not the speed. Mm-hmm. Players don't change speed-wise from college to NFL. It's they do homework and they do film. And that's why I see out of Malcolm Rodriguez. He's everywhere the ball is. He's a little a firefly. He's side to side. And he doesn't mind contact. He could be something special, but it's going to take a little bit of development.
He could be one of their best draft picks this year.
Yeah.
How's that?
Yeah, I mean, it looks like they have hit with...
Yeah. They did hit.
Right, with Malcolm Rodriguez. At least they got a starting player in the 6th round. It looks like he's trending that way. I will say this about last night's episode of Hard Knocks. I think it's pretty safe to say that I had goosebumps throughout it. And one of the reasons why I had goosebumps throughout it, and of course all the human interest stories, those are fine. But those are secondary to the fact that I think that Dan Campbell is this organization's Bill Parcells. Dan Campbell is that guy that is going to win a Super Bowl here with the Detroit Lions, or at least, to use a phrase from Jim Harbaugh last year, die trying. What he does with that coaching staff as well, and these coaches are so freaking good.
Yes.
This coaching staff that Dan Campbell assembled and Brad Holmes assembled is an A+ staff. But they are an A+ staff because of their resumes, but also because their leader, Dan Campbell, empowers them, gives them the ability to do what they were hired to do. When you see Duce Staley or Calvin Shepard getting on these players, that is because Dan Campbell empowers these guys. You can say whatever you want. Dan Campbell is this franchise's Bill Parcells.
It might be nicer, though.
He is going to change the course of this franchise. I really believe it.
I'm
and
with
as
you.
last night's episode went on, look, the average fan is not allowed in.
Yeah.
We can think we know about whatever, but we don't know diddly poo. But we have, courtesy of Hard Knocks, the ability to go inside the room, go on the sidelines, and to see these guys work gives every Lions fan hope that this thing is going to turn around. We will talk to the assistant director of NFL Films, HBO Hard Knocks, Pat Harris. We'll do that next. But first, a message from Guardian Alarm. They're your local security experts, have been for over 90 years. You see that black and yellow sign out in front of your house? It tells the bad guys one thing. Stay out. That's right. Whether you're home or on the road, they're 24/7 local monitoring. Make sure what is important to you is safe. Call that number, 1-800-STAY-OUT. That number again, 1-800-STAY-OUT.
Get out.
Let them know Woodward Sports Center. We'll be right back talking Hard Knocks.
Boom.
He's going deep, right side. Oh, that is Edwards out there. He goes up in the air at the goal line.
Hey, it's Braylon Edwards here, wanting to welcome the sports marketing agency to Woodward Sports Network, to the family. Glad to have you guys. For the last decade, the sports marketing agency has literally leveraged athletes around issues such as mental health and substance abuse.
Glad that we can finally start trying to get the stigma off of mental health that's been there for all these years.
New to the game or a season better? OddsTrader.com has everything you need to make the right bet ahead of kickoff. Begin your handicapping journey with OddsTrader. Improve your edge by finding the best price on every game from sportsbooks in your backyard. Take advantage of the numerous sign-up bonus offers to pad your bankroll. Dive into key game statistics, player performance, and even account for the projected game day weather. Best of all, you can use the OddsTrader bet tracker to keep a log of your action. Welcome to OddsTrader, and best of luck.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
It's big boy time. Ciabattas, hand dip shakes, and how about some salads? All at Big Boy this summer. Try a chicken club, a chicken cordon bleu, or a sunrise ham and cheddar, all on delicious grilled ciabatta bread. Keep it light with the Michigan apple, the chicken Caesar, or the Greek salad. And don't forget, save some room for those hand-dipped shakes. How about a cookies and cream or a strawberry? How about it? You heard it here first. Summer just got better at Big Boy.
And football season around here has gotten a little bit better here because we anticipate the Detroit Lions might do some winning this year. By the way, if you are watching on Twitter, we have ended that feed, moving exclusively over to our YouTube channel, Woodward Sports Network, coming up on 31,000 subscribers. Thank you for that. Hit that like button as well. Let's talk Hard Knocks last night. As we mentioned, I think most of us had goosebumps throughout the episode.
How do you not?
I watched it twice.
Let's talk to Pat. You did watch it twice. You're a sicko, man.
Oh, okay.
Pat Harris, Assistant Director, NFL Films, Hard Knocks, HBO.
Hey, Pat.
How you doing, my friend?
What's up, guys?
What's up, buddy?
Oh, well, first of all, the reaction to last night's episode in the building here, tons of buzz about it. What have you guys heard on your end?
We've heard a lot of the same. You know, I think we've grown up in this Twitter world and social media world where all you hear is negative stuff, and knock on wood, it's all been fairly positive, which we love.
Dan, one of the things, excuse me, Pat, one of the things that I noticed last night was, for me, Dan Campbell is becoming this figurehead for this organization that we have not seen in quite some time. How would you characterize Dan Campbell, what we see on camera and what we see off camera?
It's exactly the same. I don't think, and not, I've only known Dan Campbell, indirectly for a few weeks, but I don't think he would know any other way or could even be fake if he wanted to. He really seems just like a genuine guy. And what you see, when the cameras aren't rolling or when he's not in front of the camera, it's exactly the same as what comes across on camera. I think the stuff with the powder, I don't think he's manufacturing that for us in any stretch of the form. I think that's just who he is, and the player's definitely responsible.
Hey, Pat, talking about Braylon here. Being on Hard Knocks in 2010, I know that you guys shoot a lot of different stories, a lot of different storylines. You have tons of B-roll, tons of footage. And my question is, and you don't use it all, my question is, how do you go about picking the storylines that you want to show? How do you go about saying these are the right ones to endear the audience to the Lions, to endear the audience to Craig Reynolds? Like watching yesterday with Craig Reynolds and his brother. He's on FaceTime as his brother's in jail. And then talking to Easy's sister and him talking about trying to get his father and his mother over here. How do you guys go about picking the storylines that you show us?
I think we try to, it's always a conversation going between us here in the field and then the people back at Films. And I think for us out here, it's what's going to make people memorable. every year we do the show, in 2 years from now, what guys are going to kind of stand out, or what guys are you going to remember? And it's different some years. Sometimes it's on field where a guy made a crazy play. Other times it's a story like Craig's that's, going to make these guys kind of stand out, and just make them, people that are characters that people want to root for, I think is what we kind of start at our core value, because it's hard. There's so many players on this team. There's so many people that I think you want fans to know, and obviously we only have 55 minutes, and it's weird to say that it sneaks up on you quick. Like 55 minutes fills up fairly fast, when you have joint practices and preseason games. So, I wish we could show more guys, but I think that's kind of at its core what we try to think of, just who's going to be remembered.
Quick question. We still have a couple episodes left for Hard Knocks, so I know there's still time to get in some other video, other footage and other storylines. Has there been one particular story from other past Hard Knocks that you were like, I wish we really would have got this in, or I wish we would have chosen to use that you guys didn't?
I think in with the Raiders, it was Brandon Marshall, linebacker, was with the Broncos, then he was with the Raiders, got released. I think just that veteran story of like, hey, he's a guy who was well known. I think Adam Schefter tweeted out when he got released. So that name alone, just trying to tell that story from, hey, a veteran's bouncing around at different teams. He's still trying to prolong his career, because I think he had some stuff he was trying to overcome, some kind of injuries that he was working through. So to me, it's like, I've been doing this for a little bit. I'd love to show, wish we would have been able to show more of that story. But usually at the end of it, we're pretty much on the same page with the people back home in films of what we want to show and actually able to show it.
Hey, Pat, I think the reason Braylon asked that question is because I don't think you were around back then, but when he was on Hard Knocks, he was DJ, and Hard Knocks crews went to the club to watch him DJ, and it didn't make it.
Hey, man.
And he was pissed.
You weren't supposed to snitch,
man. We got a couple people here.
Yeah.
We got a couple people here that might have been there at that club. I can ask around and see, maybe we got some footage laying around.
He wasn't supposed to snitch, man. You weren't supposed to snitch. No, I was telling him in the back. I had a DJ set, I want to say Friday, and they did record me in my room, in the dorm room on Sunday, like making my set. Like, I had my set together, my set list, told them why I was going to use certain stuff. I was excited. And then the episode came, I was like, okay. We still got 30 minutes left. Okay, we got 10 minutes left. Where we go?
That's so great.
Man, blame it on music clearing.
There you go.
There we go.
That's what blame it on.
I buy that. I take it.
Even NFL Films has trouble with music. Look at that.
Right,
How about that?
doubt.
So stop giving Fletch problems.
Yeah, I will. Pat Harris joins us, assistant director, of course, at NFL Films. That's the best in the business, NFL Films. You guys do a phenomenal job. HBO Hard Knocks. I wanted to ask you about this Lions staff that you've been around for the last few weeks. How do they compare to, let's say, some other teams that you guys shot? Do these guys are they really running a great practice? Do you think this coaching staff is up to standards of others in the past?
No question. I mean, we obviously look at personality first, but if you just kind of take that away and just look from the football side of things, it's hard-pressed to really find, any unit that doesn't feel up to snuff. All these coaches they're compelling. You can tell they care. You can tell they work. So, I mean, from an outsider's perspective, kind of listen in on some meetings and just seeing how they operate on the field, I think it's as good as we've ever been around, and probably one of the better ones in the league.
That's phenomenal. Yeah, we all agree with you there, because we think this is an A+ staff that Dan Campbell has put together. How many more things? We got 2 more weeks of this?
Yeah. Yep.
So we haven't got
2 more weeks.
We haven't gotten anything with the Turk yet. Once the Turk starts coming, that's when it really starts to pick up steam. There's a lot of players on this team you guys have shown. David Blau, Kalil Pimpleton, Tim Boyle. We can go on and on. The kid from Nigeria, Obina Eze. I mean, there's going to be a lot of hard cuts for this team to do. And how is that for you guys to shoot those scenes?
It's the worst. I mean, there's no other way to kind of say it. I think that's when we become human beings, and you realize, we get to know these guys personally. So it's horrible when, you have to film them at a locker after they've just been released. So I think we try to humanize it as much as we can, to just say, hey, we might not understand directly what you're going through, but we are people. We're not just here as robots just filming you and wanting to see you at your worst. So we try to kind of feel off of them. I think some guys take it harder than others. especially if it's their first time. So I think that's, with us being here, getting to know these guys, we can kind of read off of body language and just kind of vibe in general, to know if somebody's, comfortable to talk about it, or if it's just simple like, hey, I've talked with plenty of players to say, hey, I just need to get a shot of you, at your locker, and then kind of let them be, just so we're not pushing the envelope and making them, feel too uncomfortable with such a tough thing that's going on.
Here's a fun question, Pat. How funny was Josh Allen?
Oh man, I was hiding in the back corner, trying to stay out of shots the best I could. But man, he delivered. I think everybody was kind of trying to figure out if didn't really know his name, what he was going to do. Because it's one thing to perform in like a club in front of people that are drinking. I mean, these are players. Like, they're going to let you know if you're not up to snuff. And he delivered. I mean, there was some things that even on HBO, we can't obviously show, but the players were loving it. Coaches, everybody.
It is.
He was a real deal.
Now, I like the part about the cops following it. Anzalone says, he said, see, my white brother knows what's up. He was funny as hell, man.
The Greek god of thunder, you mean?
Oh, yeah, the Greek god of thunder, yeah.
Hey, Pat, last one for me. Oh, hell, it just left my brain. I don't freaking book. Oh, I got it.
They got pills for that.
Jeff Okudah. We really haven't seen much of our guy, Jeff Okudah. Coming back from Achilles injury, the former number 3 overall draft pick for this team. And I've got a lot of people that write us in and say, how come we're not seeing more of Jeff Okudah?
I think he's somebody that we've mic'd up and sort of covered him and Ermanni, just to kind of cover, because I think they are two players that, come 8 weeks from now or even the end of the season, I think they could look on and say they're one of the better duos in the league. And it's really just kind of become some of personality. Sometimes, you mic a guy up and he's just having a day. He's not very talkative in practice. So for us, is just trying to, surely entertain. Sometimes, you just have bad luck with that. There's been a few players that, put a mic on and just kind of see what happens. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I think just that's where kind of our show, wishing you had a little bit more time to showcase some of the guys that are already on the roster, but really say, hey, these are really good players. So I think Show 5 will give us some more opportunities to hopefully do that. Just knowing we don't have a preseason game. Practices, obviously, with the new schedule. They're going to have a few more practices, getting ready for Philly. And I think he'll kind of be in that camp of, hey, the veterans are here. They're starting to get ready for Philadelphia, and kind of shift from, making the team to here's the team that we have in place.
That other kid, Chase Lucas, is giving you some pretty good audio. He could talk with the best of them.
Yeah, too bad no stats come with that.
No question.
Hey, Pat, we can't thank you enough for doing this with us on Wednesdays after the episode airs, and we hope to do it again next week. Pat Harris, Assistant Director, NFL Films, HBO Hard Knocks. So excited for episode 4 and 5.
That's right.
Thanks so much, Pat. We
Thanks,
appreciate
Pat.
it.
Thank you, guys. Talk to you next week.
Hey, Pat, let's find that footage, man. I'm telling you, I killed it. We got to find the footage.
I'll look around. I'll ask around. I got you.
All right, buddy.
All right. See you, Pat. Good stuff there, man. And again,
It's got a Ryan Gosling look to him.
Well, the part of that is so true. Like, there's 55 minutes of content. You've got hours and hours and hours. And every player has a story. Each and every player probably could have their own 2-hour episode.
Yeah.
How they got to this point, what they're doing now, and what's going to happen next. I mean, every single one of those 85 players could have their own 2-hour movie.
I'm telling you, like, they legitimately sat me down when I was there. They focused on me getting traded from Cleveland the year previous. We sat down and talked about that whole piece. We talked about going to the AFC Championship the year before that, because not everybody on 2010 team was on that AFC the first run. So they talked about that. Then he did the DJ stuff, and then we did some stuff at Salvatore Ferragamo. Like, they record a ton of stuff. All I saw was a little piece from Ferragamo, and I know they did that with other guys as well. They spend so much time recording and getting sound bites and putting the mic. And like you said with the mic sometimes guys that talk a lot, when you put that mic on them, they clam up. And sometimes guys who don't talk a lot, when you put the mic on them, well, they turn into Lucas.
How about winning is everything to end the topic, to end the show? And that was what you said, Rye, and we all believe you got to win, man, because look what that win did for that team. They had lost 8 straight preseason games, and last year they lost, they were 3-13-1.
Yeah.
So a win is a win.
I was actually going to go there next. You stole my tease, and I'm glad you brought it up. If we could continue on that path, I want to talk about winning And I also want to talk about one thing I hated to see last night in the Hard Knocks episode, and then we'll get into what's actually going on.
I got a little conflict that may arise during the season.
Absolutely. We'll have that for you all coming up. But first, the message from Gypsy Vodka.
Your official drink of the summer has been here and will be here through the summer. Introducing the Mulligan by Gypsy Vodka. 8% alcohol seltzer. It is good. And by the way, Mulligan is by Gypsy, and Gypsy is a Michigan distillers. We have to support our own. Adam might need they deserve our support. So let's give it to them. 8% alcohol seltzer, and it has iced tea flavored. It has lemonade, and it also has mango. I'm not telling you it makes you play better on the golf course, but I'm saying I have been playing pretty good this summer, attributed to the Mulligan. Remember, if you are going to drink, if it's in the backyard, if it's at the golf course, doesn't matter, drink responsibly at all times.
Detroit's downtown summer playground is back. Open all summer long, the Monroe Street Midway. Enjoy roller skating, free Wi-Fi, food trucks, art installations, and so much more. Don't forget to take advantage of the basketball court, putt-putt, and, of course, family programming all summer long. All art installations are done by Detroit artists, and it's a fun, safe event from people 1 to 100. Go to deckedoutdetroit.com.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
Summer is almost over, and it's time to get back to school. So if you haven't enrolled your child anywhere yet, look no further than the Academy of Warren. Join Ryan Ermanni, Braylon Edwards, Tom Mazawey, Fletch, and myself, Flannel Sam, from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. for a carnival and parent orientation. While the Bottom Line broadcasts live from the event. Enjoy games, barbecue, rides, and register for the school year on the spot. Come see what the Academy of Warren is all about.
Can't wait to get a corn dog.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Guys, welcome in. Hit that like button for us. Let's get to over 100 likes by the end of next segment, if you could. If you're watching on YouTube, please do so. Also, subscribe to Woodward Sports. Ryan Ermanni, Braylon Edwards, Tom Mazawey, Fletch, and Flannel with us talking about Hard Knocks. And I wanted to get your guys' take on this because I had mentioned on Monday that I thought winning that football game was so important.
Yeah.
And a lot of people poo-pooed me and, oh, it's just the preseason, you're overreacting. I thought last night was validation. That win was very important to Dan Campbell and this staff. It came down to one play. They made the play. They won the football game. 8 straight preseason losses for an organization and a franchise that doesn't do much winning.
Right.
You have to win when you have the opportunity, and Dan Campbell said as much last night. I made the analogy on Monday to, I don't care if it's tic-tac-toe, you want to win.
Yeah,
he mentioned, I don't care if it's dominoes, you want to win the freaking game. And they did. I thought winning was important.
It's very important. When you look at this culture, now let's just start with the season's over last year, okay? 3-13-1. This is the identity going into next season. You want to be better. Dan Campbell's preaching inclusivity. He's preaching hard hitting. He's preaching grit. He's bringing guys in, buy into this culture that we're creating. It's all this buy-in. It's all this stuff, saying the right things, having the right coaches, saying the right thing, bringing in the right players saying the right things. Tracy Walker, you had him on. You interviewed him back in April. He was talking about the right things and why he came back early and why he wanted to be a part of the Detroit Lions, why he turned down other places. All that sounds good, but it doesn't matter if I keep seeing L's. It doesn't matter what happens if I see a good opening drive or I see 59 minutes and 51 seconds of a great game, but then you still lose. So to see them get a W, and not only just any type of W, Ryan, to get a W in the way in which they lose games. My stepfather, what's up, Dad? Charles Plater has one of the funniest sayings of all time. He said, the Detroit Lions, another exciting loss.
Yep.
That's the Detroit Lions in the nuts, and that's what Dan Campbell was trying to remove from saying the same old Lions. So when we watched the Falcons game, it didn't matter that it was a preseason game. It didn't matter that it was the threes. What did we say at the end of the game? The same old
exciting Lions
exactly.
loss.
Now
snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
I love that one. I love that one. Insert second game, the Colts, after the shake the pants off that he says in the meeting room, shake that dirt up, shake all those excuses off, shake that stuff off. After losing like they did last week, where David Blau fumbles the ball, they can secure the game. They end up winning a close game against the Colts. I love you over there, Sam. So it was not only the win that was necessary, to your point, it was how they won. They won the game. They're usually the Indianapolis Colts in that situation. So I thought it was a good win that way. I think it makes a lot of sense.
It would have been nice if they could have closed it out. The defense could have closed it out without giving up that touchdown.
Yeah.
Tim Boyle took the Lions down, 18 play. Touchdown drive. That was a great thing. I know it's against the backups. Who cares? We had our backups in as well. It would have been nice if the D could have held on. They didn't, but they did on that 2-point play. Jack Cohn looked pretty good for the Colts too, the former Notre Dame quarterback. But what is one of the best teams in football do? It's the Baltimore Ravens. They have won 22 straight preseason games, and they do that for a reason. John Harbaugh is a phenomenal coach. He has a great staff there in Baltimore, and they've got a hell of a team as well. 2 great quarterbacks. I mean, they got it all going. So if the Ravens go out and win 22 straight preseason games, good for the Lions to win that one after losing 8 straight.
Because it's carryover. Well, carryover. That attitude that the Baltimore Ravens has, Ryan, it carries over to the regular season. Everybody's of the mindset, I want to do everything I can in my limited snaps in the preseason to look like a Baltimore Raven, to play like a Baltimore Raven. And it carries over to the season. Minus injuries last year, the Baltimore Ravens probably win the AFC yet again. I mean, win the number 1 seed yet again.
And again, confidence, right? I mean, I can't remember if it was episode 1 or episode 2, but it was, how many games did you lose in college? How many games did you lose in college? How many games did you lose in college? 1, 2, none.
Talking guy from Ohio State.
Get used to winning, you know, and expect to win.
I brought up Jeff Backus. That poor bastard came here. What, did he have 2 losses in his whole career? Taylor Decker?
When you
maybe
put on
one
that
loss?
Lions helmet, you don't expect to win. You got to change that. So I think things like the other night helped change that. I will say one thing that I hate to see. So Kalil Pimpleton, his family was watching him. Here's a kid from Central Michigan trying to make the team.
I like him.
I hate to see a kid drop 2 passes. Because you know those drops essentially get you cut. You know, so I would rather somebody give me their best and not make the team, because all that stuff is still on tape for the other teams to see. Whether you think he's an NFL player or not, you like for him to have his best foot forward and not, I don't know, what's the analogy, and not
crap the bed,
down his leg,
shoot the bed.
You know, I mean,
was it that bad? Those drops, they were hard catches.
But that's a play you got to make in the NFL.
I know.
When you're fighting,
he's
to
5 foot nothing.
I know, but that's a play you got to make if you want. Look, that's a play you got to make in the NFL. And Mark Brunell even said that to, I don't remember if it was Boyle or Blah, but he said he's got to make that play for you.
Listen, when you're a guy that has limited touches, when you're a guy that's only going to see 3 passes, maybe throughout a preseason, maybe even, you know, in your career, you dropping 1 pass, Maz, is Kalil Pimpleton, that's like Megatron dropping 100 catches. Like his 1 drop is like Megatron dropping 100. But the interesting thing is, when you watch players, you know who you forget, who there's a lot of pressure on, and who really, really like is up in arms and probably heart is racing through their chest, is the parents in the stands. Because did you see Kalil's parents?
Oh, yeah.
She was going, like it was his mother and his father. His father was so quiet. His father was dialed in. Kalil's mom was losing it when he was dropping.
They know.
But the emotion that they feel, man, HBO's doing a hell of a job.
And it's a crappy spot, too, because, you know, I mean, you know when 85 catches 2 touchdowns, True. You know, and the mom's like, oh, that should have been 83 or whatever. You know, I mean, it's a crazy, crappy system.
Yeah.
Because you're rooting against the play, but it's just inherent. It's the way it is.
It's survival of the fittest.
You got to survive, no doubt about it. We'll talk about those Lions, talk about that conflict. By the way, I do want to thank Wolva Lion. I see him in the chat over here. Sent us some great T-shirts.
Yes, sir.
Really appreciate that. And I think it was Maz that got the 2X, by the way.
Yes.
Wolva Lion, we appreciate you. Also, the Campus Shop in GP, Grosse Pointe, sent us some shirts yesterday as well. We really appreciate
cool
that.
Shirts.
Really cool shirts.
Keep sending all the shirts. We love them.
I'm telling you, we'll take them. Thank you guys so much. We're going to take a break. Come right back. Ermanni and Edwards. Bottom line, Woodward Sports Network.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Hello? Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
Welcome back, Woodward Sports Network. Ryan Ermanni, Braylon Edwards, having some fun on it. I'll tell you quickly, too, I'm ready for summer to be over. I don't need 85, 88, 89 over the next couple of days. I don't need that. That's like that cold spell in March that you get after a long winter.
So I say this all the time, and you guys know this because I keep the AC on in the studio in the wintertime.
Yeah,
I
we don't
hate
care. No.
the heat. I hate the heat. Like when it gets that 85 to 95 to 100, especially with the humidity, the index goes up. When we were golfing in Florida with
Forget
Chad,
about it.
listen, it was beautiful, and I'm not trying to rub it in your guys' face. I was out in Florida. I bring it up to say this. After the first hole, my arm, my glove, everything's so sweaty. I'm miserable. The round's over. I hate being outside when the humidity is that high. Humidity index was 105. Like you get here in Detroit, I'm coming back. I'm all right, cool. I can get back to Detroit. It's gonna be a little cooler, and it's still 90. So yeah, man, I'm ready for the summer to be over.
Did you get in the pool?
Nah, it's not my thing.
No pool?
I mean, it is when Gerard Warren says when the women's are around.
It's the women's, man. It's the women's.
But the I forgot what
conflict.
Now I'm like, oh no, you want to get to the conflict?
Yeah, I want to get to that. You foresee something.
I want to guess first.
Let him guess.
Okay.
Then you tell me if I'm right.
Okay. It's going to be between two people.
Yeah. Craig Reynolds is going to start.
Well, you got the right position. You got the right position, but that's not what I
Jamal
foresaw.
Williams?
It's not between Jamal Williams.
Go ahead.
It's between Duce Staley and DeAndre Swift.
Speak to me about this because you and I did not get an opportunity to talk to about this. Can I play Duce Staley on Swift's goals?
Yep, go
first?
ahead, play it.
This is yesterday.
This is his goals.
This is perfect then.
And then we'll talk about it. This is Duce Staley talking about DeAndre Swift.
I love it. When I heard about it, I jumped through the roof. That's good, too, because, you sit there and you see a kid like that, the talent that he has. He can definitely be a good one. And to set the goals that high, now he's challenging himself, which I love.
Braylon Edwards, you kick this off.
You have the floor.
You have the floor.
As I've been watching Hard Knocks and watching the preseason, the thing that we've been talking about, even all year last year, is when the offensive line is fully healthy, it's going to be something to marvel at. Then the season's over, and we talked about Taylor Decker's back, talked about Frank Ragnow's back. Then we go through the draft. Then we start to talk about how good DeAndre Swift can be behind this offensive line. Then you get the Hard Knocks. I was waiting to see DeAndre Swift just hit this switch, flip this switch, turn into this new player and see this new player, right? As I'm watching, his running style is so different than Duce Staley's running style. Duce Staley can run between the tackles. He was physical, had decent speed. He was shifty, but he was a between-the-tackles runner. All the running that he made happen between the tackles. The long runs he breaks, read the tackles, read the reads, boom, jumped off the tackle's hip, or came inside the guard. But he stayed between the tackles, stayed between the hashes. DeAndre Swift likes to get outside. DeAndre Swift likes to do the extra athletic things of that nature. If you're watching Hard Knocks so far, you've noticed Duce going off on DeAndre for not seeing the hole, just taking the 2 yards. Like some coaches, they just want you to take the yards there because they know something could follow if you pay attention to the pattern. Meanwhile, some guys are like, look, I'm trying to go get this home run. When I'm watching DeAndre Swift, I'm asking myself, is he really it? Does he really have it?
No, Braylon.
Like, does he really, like, is he really the guy? Because as I watch, it didn't happen year one. There were injuries around there. There were some injuries last year. But it doesn't take that long to show that you're the guy. Now, you knew Odell Beckham was the guy. And I know it's a different position. But you knew he was the guy. And then he got hurt. He was like, okay, he's just hurt. But we know he's the guy. Well, DeAndre, he's been hurt. We still don't know if he's the guy. And I foresee him and Duce clashing because how Duce kind of yells at him. When he yells at him, you see DeAndre kind of shy away a little bit. You see him, yes, coach, and you see him put his head down. That's the thing that scares me is he's not going to be that guy, and Duce it's going to blow up at some point.
It is one of my biggest fears for the Lions season is DeAndre Swift, because DeAndre Swift perhaps is the most talented skill position player that they have, offensively and defensively. This team is not doing anything without DeAndre Swift. I really believe that because he has that level of talent.
Yes.
He can be a top 6 player in this league at the running back position if he wants it. My problem is it looks like he's one of those guys, and I hope to God I'm wrong about this.
Timid.
I hope to God I'm wrong about this. But he looks like one of those guys. And Braylon, you could probably give me a laundry list of players you know like this right now. They got all the talent in the world, but they don't have the want to. You gotta have the fire in your belly. You gotta want to be great. And I'm just not sure, at least what I've seen from watching this television show, and it is a television show, but it concerns me a little bit, that he doesn't want to be great. And I like I said, I hope to God I'm wrong about that.
Well, I had a roommate, actually my roommate, Dave Underwood, and Dave was built like Tarzan. I'm talking, he was a 5-star coming in out of Madisonville, Texas, which is right by Houston. Talking about put together, he was chiseled. It looked like the gods put him together. He was just 6 foot. Like, he was everything you want out of a running back in college. Like, when you're in the off season, his training was amazing. Like, his running was amazing. He was fast. We would play back. Everything was lights out until you get him on the football field. Until you get him a chance to get in the game. And then he was in his head. He was always in his head. And I just wonder, is that him and DeAndre Swift? I hope it's not. But when I'm watching, I don't see a guy that's going for 1,800 yards. I see a guy that's going to creep to 1,000. And he's going to catch the ball in the backfield because he does that. But I don't see a guy that wants to take over. When you're a running back in this game, you get handed the ball first. That means you are implying the impact. That means you are the one running the ball with physical force. That means you are bringing the yards going forward. I don't see that. I see him picking and dancing and choosing. And I hope Duce Staley can get him out of that, and maybe they meet in the middle. But I'm just worried right now as a fan. That's all.
I'm not going to worry too much yet. Because, like I said, it's only 3 weeks in.
Right.
They hardly used him in the preseason. They used him a little bit against Atlanta. You didn't see him against the Colts. But they got a guy in Craig Reynolds that has, never mind preseason. He showed up last year, went over 100 yards, I remember, late in the season. And I know it's playing down at the end of the season. You don't have much to play for. But this kid, he's got it. That's a kid that's going to stay on this team. And he is going to be an integral part of this team, Craig Reynolds. And I still believe that DeAndre Swift can make something out of his career. I know it's really young still, and I know how his coach is on his ass. And maybe he doesn't want to take – some guys don't take the heavy criticism real well. But I still think that he's going to come out. If he stays healthy, I think he will go 1,500 yards combined. But I love Craig Reynolds. I truly do.
Let's stay with this because I got a couple of points about that, Braylon. I know you want to react as well. More from Duce Staley and more on this DeAndre Swift. Is that one of the biggest concerns that you have with this football team right now is regarding DeAndre Swift and what you make of basically we keep seeing Duce Staley just on him.
Yeah.
What do you make of that? But first, a message from SMA.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, addiction is real. Mental illness is real. But you know where you can get some answers? Sports Marketing Agency, that's right, SMA. The Sports Marketing Agency helps spread awareness about mental health, helps spread awareness about addiction. Their podcast, This is the F Word, and the F Word stands for fentanyl, is in conjunction with Woodward Sports Network. You can go there to get information, to get the conversations. That's all we want to have when we're dealing with mental illness, when we're dealing with addiction. You want to have the conversations. You want the right information so someone you know, someone that you love can get the help that they need. Go to thesportsma.com. Sean Jordan is here to help.
Life is full of hard choices. We're here to make one of life's biggest decisions as simple as possible. My name is Christina Gennari, and for over 20 years, I've helped hundreds of families buy and sell homes. We cover all of Metro Detroit and more, from large luxury homes to starter homes. We will work hard to make sure that you get the home of your dreams. So if you're in the market today or even thinking about buying or selling in the future, make the obvious choice. Christina Gennari, the obvious choice in real estate. Visit us at soldchristina.com today.
Fellas, let's be honest. We like things to be easy. We like simple stuff, like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play. And before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Make sure you're listening to Woodward Sports all day long. Start your morning with the Morning Woodward Show. Spend middays with Big D Energy. Watch and listen your drive home with the Bottom Line. And don't forget about Woodward Bets Daily. All live, all right here on the Woodward Sports Network.
Get a free Woodward Sports t-shirt. That's
Free.
right, a free Woodward Sports t-shirt all month long at Big Frog in Novi. Just stop in, tell them we sent you, and they will print you one on the spot. So go to Big Frog Novi today and get your free t-shirt, or visit them online at bigfrog.com/Novi. That is bigfrog.com/Novi.
We live day to day. That's it. We're going to pick up that axe and continue to chop away. So we'll let y'all talk about the expectations and talk about this, that, and the other, or Hard Knocks, but that's not us. You know, we're just trying to put the best group of guys on the field so they can go out there and have fun and be productive, to get this organization into a winning organization.
That's Lions running backs coach Duce Staley talking about the expectations for this team. And I think we're sitting here picking apart the expectations for DeAndre Swift because, again, as far as talent goes with Swift, there isn't a more talented player on this roster than DeAndre Swift. And you know, I think it was Mark in the chat that said, you know, Barry wasn't much of a talker either. And I guarantee you there's no running backs coach that ever talked to Barry Sanders the way Duce Staley's trying to get the most out of DeAndre
Barry
Swift.
showed it his first 2 seasons. There's nothing to talk about.
He showed it in the preseason. I wasn't trying to disrespect DeAndre Swift, so I appreciate the comment. And I appreciate the comment in the comments section. Wasn't trying to say that because he's quiet or he's standoffish. You're absolutely right. There are a lot of individuals, they just don't talk. That's just not how they're motivated. But I'm not referring to that. I'm referring to what my 2 eyes tell me when I watch him run the ball. I'm just watching those 2 things, man. Like I see what I see. Duce has to remind him to hit the hole and take the yard.
And in your 3rd year, you should know that.
When you come in the league, you should know to hit the hole. But then obviously some people want to dance. They still think it's college. They still think it's the SEC and the Big 10, the Big 12. So you have to, hey, look, you got to get the yards here. This is the NFL. Hey, boom, see 3 yards, take 3 yards. I get that. Ryan, this is your 3.
And again, guys, I'm not trying to overly freak out about something here. We all hope we're wrong about this, but it's a continuous pattern that we see weekly. It's Duce Staley yelling at these guys and trying to get the most out of DeAndre Swift, almost as if you wish that a guy like Craig Reynolds and DeAndre Swift, you had the talent of Swift and the want to of Reynolds, the hunger of Reynolds. You wish you could make them one player.
I don't hear Duce going. I mean, and obviously we don't see every running back rep.
Right.
We don't see the running back drills. So yes, Duce we've seen it. Duce is on everybody's ass, whether you play running back or not. I get that. But when the game starts, I don't see Duce going after Craig Reynolds. Obviously, Craig is running for his brother. Craig is running for his father. I mean, running for his family. Whatever motivates DeAndre Swift, I need to start seeing that in game. I need to see that motivation.
I remember his first year, I think it was. and I saw him jump over a couple of tacklers. You remember that? I mean, I've watched
He did it last year.
Yeah, it was last year.
Against Green Bay.
And Hawkinson did that. I remember his first year. I'm like, wow, we really got some athletes here. You know, and they both got hurt, basically, and can't stay on the field. He has to stay on the field. If he doesn't stay on the field, he's not worth anything. That's it.
And another guy that's got to stay on the field is Jared Goff. Duce Staley talked about Jared Goff. We didn't see him in Indianapolis in the game, but we did see him in those 2 days of workouts against the Colts at their facilities, and some really great plays, great throws by Jared Goff, and some great catches.
Hold on, Ryan. Can we talk about the walk-up? And that walk-up was amazing.
Like the Wizard of Oz?
It was amazing walking through the woods. Like the blue brick road, and then all of a sudden you heard Dan Campbell talking. He's like, man, this is a thing you got going on. Here's the Field of Dreams. I thought it was really cool, man.
Absolutely. But again, Jared Goff, here's Duce Staley talking about the Lions quarterback.
A true leader, man. These guys look up to him. They listen to him. You can tell when he's in a room how they respect him. And as a quarterback, when you on the outside looking in, as a coach first, to see the guys look at a quarterback like that is special. And, you know, you can always tell from your O-line how he's respected. So if you ever get knocked down, you see those guys that are running over there to get him up. And those guys love him. They love fighting for him. They love battling for him. And I'm happy we got him.
I think this is Jared Goff's third go-around on Hard Knocks, and we have not really seen him be a focus of
or his girlfriend,
the television shows so far. His
fiance now.
I'm sorry.
We say the same time. Fiance now.
But nonetheless, look, if Jared Goff doesn't play well, this thing's not going to go at all.
Yeah,
very well.
It's all for naught if it's Jared Goff. If Jared Goff can't be the guy that he was in 2017, if he can't be the guy that can lead an offense, if he can't be a leader of men, as they call the quarterback position, you have to be a leader of men. But it's a good sign, the things that Duce is talking about. Because last year when Jared came in, he had the bodyguards, and we talk about it all the time. He had the bodyguards in Birmingham, where we are now. You saw him last year. He just kind of looked like he was going through the flow. He was a very sheepish individual that had just come off a hard divorce, because that's what happened. You know, he's not happy because of the divorce, and he came off sheepish and struggled through a season. And he's with a bad team in the Detroit Lions.
Divorce with the Rams.
Divorce with the Rams.
Yeah.
Yes. Not Beyonce. Not
I know
in
what
real
you
life.
mean.
Yeah, we
but
know
you know what I meant. But to see it change this year now, you know, and we had an individual that talked about his presence that was different so far this year in OTAs, and now in summer camp, now in training camp, the way he's talking to his players, the way that he's going about it. He's the guy that they want to follow. And if the offensive line, if they have every faith in you, then everybody on the team will have that faith in you. And I think this could be a really good year for Jared Goff.
I wonder if Duce Staley and the offense, Ben Johnson, sat down with Goff and showed him that video of the Chiefs-Rams game, which was one of the best Monday night games ever, that he piloted that team to 50-some-odd points.
I talked about that.
If you get that guy here, that was a guy with confidence, with, a very good team, but a guy with confidence that had weapons. He's got people here. He might not have Todd Gurley here. He's got people here. The Lions might have stolen him. They might have stolen him.
I'll do you one better, Mass. Not just should they take Jared Goff and sit him down and watch that game film. They should take the whole starting offense and watch that game film. Have the offensive line watch how they protected Jared Goff. Have DeAndre Swift watch one of people he looked up to, Todd Gurley, and how he played in that game. Have have Josh Reynolds, who was on the team then, have the wide receivers watch Brandon Cooks, watch Cooper Kupp, watch Robert Woods. Why don't you have the whole starting offense watch that game film, and then you guys can turn and look at Jared Goff and say, you know what? If that's who you are, then don't worry. I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do as a wide receiver. I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do as an offensive lineman. I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do, DeAndre Swift, watching my brother Todd Gurley do that. If this is who you are, don't worry. I'll do what I'm supposed to do because I know it's in you.
Two Georgia running backs, babe. Two
100%.
Georgia running backs.
If this is who you are, don't worry. I'm going to do my job. Don't worry. I'm going to start watching more film. Don't worry. I'm going to catch on the jug machines a little bit more after practice because I know you that guy and deep down inside. I would take the whole offensive line, the whole offense, starting offense, and I would watch that game.
And the thing about Goff, too, look, there isn't a player on this team that's got a contract that you can't get rid of at the end of next year.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody has some incentive here to play their asses off in 2022. And this year seems to me, and correct me if I'm wrong, but don't you think this is the last year that Jared Goff walks into a training camp, potentially the last year Jared Goff walks into a training camp, is the surefire, no doubt about it, number one quarterback for a team? If he doesn't perform this year, this is the last year. He may come back next year, but you bet your bottom dollar the Lions are going to draft a quarterback high up if they have, a top 14 pick.
Here's his chance to earn those millions, $30, $40 million. Here's his chance.
Yeah.
Go ahead. The stage is yours.
I agree. The stage is yours 100%, and you can see what Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell are doing. They are not rewarding mediocrity. Well, you can say they brought a couple guys back from last year, but they saw some young guys that fit in some pieces on defense. They're not rewarding mediocrity. They are moving this thing forward with the identity that they're creating. And if Jared Goff can't get it done with everything that they've placed around him, DJ Chark drafted Jameson Williams, Amon-Ra St. Brown last year, he broke out. You still have running back field. You got DeAndre Swift and Jamal Williams. You got this offensive line that we're paying all this money for. If you can't do it this year, then that means you can't be the guy. So we have to move forward because we refuse to be the same old Lions. And the same old Lions will keep rewarding you for mediocrity.
No doubt. And this is not the same old Lions because I don't think the coaching staff would allow it. One of those guys, Aaron Glenn, the Lions defensive coordinator, you'll hear from him a myriad of different things with Aaron Glenn. Has some really good information coming out of that defensive room as well. We'll get to that next, but first a message from the Folding Warehouse.
That's right, Ryan. In Hamtramck, still waiting for Hard Knocks to get down to the Folding Warehouse. We'll have to tell Pat Harris about that. Get down there. Talk to Chris Hunt. Him and Noni will take great care of you. It's the football bowling game that everybody loves. 2 ways to play it: $12 unlimited open play or a private lane reservation. 10 or 12 people on a lane run you $120. That's less than $10 per person. Any drink you want. They have multiple full bars, so name it. And over 100 beers and the $2 mystery beer machine. Never know what you're going to get out of that thing. Bring your own food in or have it delivered. Just go get your fold on. Check it out. FoldingWarehouse.com.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Krogers, and if you wanna know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
Ciabattas, summer salads, and dip shakes. All at Big Boy. Try a chicken club, chicken cordon bleu, or sunrise ham and cheddar. All on our grilled ciabatta bread. Or keep it light with our Michigan apple, chicken Caesar, or Greek salad. And don't forget to cool off with a frosty hand-dipped cookies and cream or strawberry shake. You heard it here first. Summer just got better.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper, tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
Planet Fitness is inviting all high school teens between the ages of 14 and 19 to work out for free all summer long via the High School Summer Pass, and that goes all the way until August 31st. Planet Fitness is home of the Judgment Free Zone, where you can work out in a non-intimidating, judgment-free atmosphere with memberships starting at only $10 a month.
Only $10?
Only $10. Or you can get the Black Card membership for $24.99 per month. Join today in club or online at planetfitness.com. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Essential.
Essential. Hey, if you are watching on YouTube, hit that like button for us. See if we get to over 100 likes in the next couple of minutes. Also, before we get back to the line, just a couple of news and notes I want to get to. We would be remiss if we did not mention that the greatest softball coach of all time, Carol Hutchins.
I just wrote that down.
retired today from the University of Michigan, 65 years old. Graduated from Michigan State University, actually. 1,700-plus wins. 12 Women's College World Series appearances. Program's first national title in 2005. She has been a staple in Ann Arbor for nearly 40 years. Carol Hutchins retires today. I mean, she
Carol
is
Hutchins.
just the best.
I went to a lot of games. I dated a softball player my freshman year.
Mhm.
So I used to go to games, and I went because she played. But then as I was watching, I was like, yo, Carol Hutchins is legit. Like, this squad is good. They were good every year I was there. And then the year I got drafted, what did they do? They won it all.
Yep.
So,
there you go.
Should have won a lot more, though.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to...
They were runner-up my freshman year.
Yep.
And then I wanted to make mention of this. Who are the two golfers on the PGA Tour that are just all in their disdain for LIV?
Tiger.
And all the players...
Rory McIlroy.
And all the players
And Tiger.
that have left PGA for LIV. Who?
Tiger and Rory.
Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy. Well, don't you know?
Uh-oh, here he goes.
Today, Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy launched a tech-infused golf league partnering with the PGA Tour.
Oh, please.
Featuring virtual venues, primetime matches. So it's cool that Tiger and Rory get all their money.
Yeah.
But these other guys, they got to go play for it.
That's why that's what we talked about when Tiger came and spoke out, because it took Tiger a while to speak out. Like Tiger, he just spoke out, what was it, about a month ago when I went on my little tirade about it. I'm like, Tiger, look, I appreciate you. I've never had a problem with anything you've done except this. Like, you legitimately have made over $1 billion in golf. You legitimately get all the, rightfully so now. He's the best to ever play. So rightfully so. But like, Tiger, how many golf outings do you miss out on because they don't pay you?
And this is just launched today, by the way.
Yeah.
That this didn't just happen today. This has been in the works for some time. So
That's why they've been so outspoken.
At least now, you understand why Rory McIlroy was so outspoken against all of these players leaving for LIV.
I can't wait till LIV plays against PGA. Because guess what? I'll watch it. And I will root for LIV. I will.
It's going to be WCW Monday Night Show versus WWE Monday Night Raw.
Yep.
And for 5 years, I was cheering for WCW. For 5 years, I was cheering for WCW. Like, for me, Rory is so happy, though. This is why Rory is really happy, not because his tech company's coming out. Rory's happy because now with all the good golfers leaving, finally
he can win.
He won't fall apart on Sunday. That's all I'm saying.
Exactly. He is on the leaderboard a little bit more lately.
Yeah.
You see Rory McIlroy.
Good point.
Anywho, want to get back into the Lions. Aaron Glenn, we love this guy, right?
How do you not?
And again, when they beat Indianapolis on the last play of the game, I mean, Dan Campbell, Patton, AG on the back and all that stuff. Here is AG talking about, look, I'm always going to be me, he says, because I think it's important that Dan Campbell empowers these coaches and lets these coaches be themselves, and that's why their players are responding to them. Here's Aaron Glenn on that Lions defensive coordinator.
But, man, the players know me as AG. And that's what you're going to get. And I'm not going to be fake for anybody. I don't care who's here. I don't care what coach is around. I don't care what play. Because when the players talk about me, this is who I am, and that's not changing. So I'm not here to make anybody a star. You know, I'm here to coach football. And that's all that matters to me. I'm here to be the best defensive coordinator that the Lions have ever had. And I've been saying it for the longest. And whatever it takes to do that, that's what I'm going to do. And I can care less about everything else, to be honest with you. I just like coaching football.
I love this man.
Yeah.
I just want to be around him all the time. I mean, he's just the greatest.
He's an amazing guy. Like, I met him a couple times at Jets events when I was playing for the Jets. He would come back and do some things. But these are the guys you dream of playing for. Like, these are the guys that you just dream of playing for. And I'm not saying coaches had to play football for you to fall in love and rock with that guy. It doesn't have to happen that way. But as a player, you hope someday that you can be coached by an individual that really, really knows the game because he was inside the hashes, because he was inside the sidelines. Not to knock anybody else, But then he has that empathy level. He knows what you go through. But at the same time, he doesn't feel bad for you. He doesn't feel sorry for you. He brings whatever is necessary out of you. He gets to that point. I think not only is AG, as everyone knows him as, I think not only is he going to be a damn good coach, not only will he be a head coach someday, not only is he going to be exactly what he wants to be, which is the best defensive coordinator in Detroit Lions history, but I think he's going to help turn them into men. Like, I think he's going to help give them another outlook on life as well, man. Like, you need players like that. You don't know what players go through. Like, just look at a guy like Craig Reynolds. Like, he's a guy that can put an arm around a guy like Craig Reynolds. Like, that's his personality. He's a guy that, you know what, you mess up out there, he'll go off on you, but then afterwards, look, man, we're going to get this thing right. You know, everything's going to be cool. Man, what's up with you? How you and your family doing? You know what I'm saying? How's your wife doing? How the kid? Like, he's that guy that you're like, hey, coach, man, just want to say thanks. He's that type of guy, man. I think he's going to bring a lot of good stuff out of these players. I can't wait to see what this defense looks like in a year and a half.
Dan Campbell talks to this team. They listen. When he's talking to them and he's saying, hey, man, we're on the way. We are there. We are coming to get you. We are the hunters. We're lions. You hear the coaches say that. Hell, man. You never heard that in the past. You never did. It was Wayne Fonts, who I loved. You know, he's a jokester. He's watching the Flintstones during freaking practice. And then you go on to guys like Bobby Ross, who became a babbling baboon by the time he left here. And Marty Morningweg. Nice guy, but couldn't be a head coach. Yeah. Steve Mariucci, old blue eyes, with those shiny blue eyes. We blew him out of here, too. Jim Schwartz, I loved him. Jimmy Handshake. But this guy, man, has it. And these men are listening to him. And this team is going to be a tough out for a lot of teams. They might not win a lot, but they're going to be a tough out.
I think that Dan Campbell, my bad, Ryan.
No,
I think that Dan Campbell did well with picking his staff. A lot of times, guys just pick friends. Now, I understand he and AG are boys. But not only is AG his friend, AG is a damn good coach. He was a damn good player. He picked the right guys. A lot of times these coaches, they pick their boys. They pick people that they know they can control.
They own a job.
Exactly. They pick guys that people refer. Hey, look, man, why don't you hire my boy, man? He's a receiver, but he knows a little bit about running backs. They did the good old boys network. They just pick people based off friendship or based off, hire him. Well, the GM said I got to hire this guy over at this position. Dan went out and got this roster together as it relates to the coaches. Dan was like, I need a running back coach. Who do I know? Who do I know that's in the game that really can coach the running back and bring the best out of them? Duce Staley. Duce Staley's been doing it for a while. You know what? I'm going to go grab Duce because I know he's going to get after that. Who do I know as a defensive coordinator? Well, that's easy. That was his first choice. Who do I know as a wide receiver that has been there, that has won in this? Oh, wait a minute. Antoine Randall.
He threw a touchdown pass in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. At Ford Field. He, as a quarterback, who do I know somebody that can teach a guy like Jared Goff? Who's a guy that can teach my quarterbacks? How about a guy, Mark Brunell, who's the best quarterback the Jacksonville Jaguars have ever seen? Yep. A guy that's made multiple Pro Bowls, but a guy that's a student of the game. He handpicked this team in terms of coaching. It's going to work out well for him.
Duce Staley left the Eagles and came here for the same position.
How many legit head coaches do you think the Lions have on their staff right now? Legit
3
head coaches.
minutes.
Okay, I was going to say 2.
Yeah.
But who's your 4?
So you mean outside?
Who legit do you think could be a head coach in this league?
Duce.
AG,
of course. I think Antoine Randall and to be honest, Ben Johnson.
That was my 2,
Ben
actually.
Johnson's
Can I say?
Sleeper. Yeah.
Ben Johnson's the sleeper because, look, if the Lions score 28 points a game, who's Zach Taylor
for the Bengals.
For the Bengals, and then the kid out in San Diego or LA Chargers,
Brad Staley.
I mean, the young, sexy offensive coordinator is the way this game is going.
Yeah, 100%.
So if the Lions produce offensively with Jared Goff and the Lions actually make the playoffs, the offensive coordinator is going to get a lot of credit for that. So I'd say him 1. And AG. I mean, AG's going to get a job next year, I think, if this defense plays at the capability that they did last year.
Not until he becomes the best defensive coordinator. He ain't leaving.
But that's,
I can see Hank Fraley coaching in college, though. Like being a head coach in college.
And I think Duce and Antoine Randall and Kelvin Pritchard and all those guys are Kelvin Pritchard, former line. Kelvin Shepard could be head coaches. Sure, I'm just
those are the guys.
Those two right now, legit. Your two coordinators.
Yeah.
Who would you said three, Maz?
Well, I counted Dan Campbell.
Oh.
And AG and Deuce. Those are the guys.
Yeah.
And then Ben Johnson, I really haven't seen enough out of him.
Well,
yet.
I haven't seen anything out of him.
So we'll see.
It's the prototypical, right? The young offensive coordinator.
Maybe David Blau.
That slings it around, right? Okay, Kellen Moore.
There you go. I'm not kidding.
Right. I want to go around the NFL. Some news and notes coming out of the league today. We'll go around the league next. But first, a message from Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac. If you want a Cadillac, boy, they've got them for you. Don't worry about the chip shortage. Don't worry about the supply chain. Cadillac's on the lot right now. You can head on into Les Stanford and you could drive off today in a Cadillac. Head on over there on Michigan Avenue in the great city of Dearborn. And also that Corvette Z06 coming out. Chevrolet's allocation coming in for those cars as well. Hey, LesStanford.com. LesStanford.com.
Find new roads.
Find them.
At work and at home. We're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Hey, it's Scott from the Woodward Bet Show. It's Wednesday, one of my favorite days. We get to talk some golf and FedEx Championship with our girl Kelly over there at 4:30 at the Woodward Bets YouTube page. You guys also got to get over to that app store and download oddstrader.com. It's got live scoring, play-by-play updates, the best place to check all the odds and sports books right in the palm of your hands. But hey, let's get them fun coupons. That's what we want. Let's roll with the Orioles today. Giolito's been struggling, 12 runs in his last 15 innings. Sounds good to me. Oddstrader.com, Woodward Bets. Check it out.
The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
At Alta, uptime matters. Alta Equipment has everything you need to get the job done. Have a big project coming up? Alta Rent has you covered. Call them today at 844-GO-TO-ALTA. That is 844-GO-TO-ALTA.
Ermanni and Edwards, Maz in the house as well. Fletch and Flannel here. Having a little bit of fun on a Wednesday. The sun is shining. The wind is blowing a little bit. Summer winding down, but not before a little bit of a heat wave here in the Motor City, but that's all good.
I got to get a couple more dips in the pool.
You are?
To make it worthwhile.
Now, what do you do about the pool? When do you take it down?
Well, I got no kids left.
Or when do you take the water out?
I got Maddie left. Maddie, after tomorrow, we take Lily back to MSU tomorrow. And then it's just Maddie alone. I told her, Maddie, why don't you have your friends over, have a pool party before the end of the year? Okay, Dad, that sounds good. So I'm hoping Maddie at least have her friends over to get a little bit out of this damn pool. It costs a lot of money to keep it running.
Matt's is like tricking his daughter to hang out.
You got it right, Braylon.
I love it. I love it.
How many times you got in that pool this year?
Honestly, myself?
Yeah.
4 times.
4 times?
Yeah.
That's sad.
That is.
That is sad.
Twice when my sister was here for 4th of July.
Yeah. You don't get to use it.
I just don't get to use it. By the time I get home and get yelled at, it's all the night's over.
You got to have a Woodward Sports pool party, man. I'm coming over.
There you go. Maybe I will.
Before the season, little season kickoff party.
I could do that.
I'm in.
I like the excitement right there. See?
I do like that.
Let's do it.
Look at Adam inviting everyone out the other day. I wish we could have went. Adam had everybody out to Dearborn, the home of Adam Baydoun.
Love it.
And they had a great time, man.
Yeah, my invite got lost in the mail.
Another picture I didn't make.
I think it was a Slack invite. You just got on Slack.
Yeah, you just got on Slack, Bray. That was the invite, bro.
That was the
It was on
invite.
Slack. Hey, I didn't even know there was a fantasy league till I got hit on Slack.
Oh,
okay?
Yeah. I did get that phone call. Adam did call me with a phone call. I'm picking.
That's because he knows you're not on Slack.
I'm picking 5th in the draft.
I'm picking 6th in my division.
Man,
we have 2 12
I've never
divisions.
played fantasy football, so if anybody has any suggestions or any tips, I'm picking 5th next week. So give me some tips.
I was going to use Scotty G. But the son of a gun, he's in our freaking league. He's in my division.
He's not going to give you any.
He's not going to give me crap.
He's not going to give you anything, Maz. All right, gang. Hey, let's hit the music and let's go around the NFL, Maz. What do you got today coming out of the league news and notes?
Well, I got a somber note to lead it off. One of my favorite quarterbacks of all time, the great Lenny Dawson, Kansas City Chiefs, Super Bowl MVP, Super Bowl IV when they beat the Vikings. Phenomenal player and a great broadcaster. 30-some-odd years in the broadcast booth. You remember him from the original Inside the NFL with Nick Bonacani. The great Len Dawson passed away today at the age of 87.
And for you young kids, that is not a photoshopped picture.
Nope.
Len Dawson drinking a beer, smoking a cigarette on the sideline
It was a Fresca.
during a game.
It was a Fresca.
Oh, okay.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah. It was a bottle of Fresca.
Either way.
That's what we were talking about before the show started. I would be hard pressed to find a more iconic NFL image than that right there, because it says so much. It says about the time. It says about the relaxation. It also says about what they did with their bodies, because you got cigarettes and Fresca during a game. Now you have everybody in the league is a vegan.
Right.
Why? How times have changed.
Man. Where the league is
By the
gone,
way,
no
speaking
doubt.
of soda, did you hear last night on the when they're ending the show and they have all those quick clips?
Yeah, drink.
The guys were talking about drink, pop, and soda. What do you mean? It ain't soda? No, if it ain't soda, then it's juice.
Not juice,
it's just a drink.
Yeah.
You know, it was pretty funny. A pretty funny segment. I'm a soda guy, obviously.
I'm a pop
I'm
guy.
pop, but
You
when I
guys are
lived I lived in Georgia. Obviously, when I became a Braves fan,
Everything
everything
was
is Coke.
a.
Everything is Coke.
Everything's a Coke.
Everything is Coke.
Even if you wanted a Sprite.
It's a Coke Sprite. It's a lemon Coke.
Isn't that something?
Like, everything is Coke down in Georgia. I was like, all right, y'all taking this Coca-Cola
Even a
too far.
Pepsi?
Yeah.
Sorry, Michigan.
No, that's not Coke.
Listen, Michigan.
That's the imitator.
Michigan might have taken my accent away in 31 years that I've been here.
It comes out every once in a while.
But in 30 years, excuse me. But they ain't taking away soda from me.
No.
Ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
I'm
All right,
guy.
number 2. Tom Brady came back to work on Monday, back to the
did he?
Buccaneers after, like I'd say, a couple of weeks.
Where was he, Maz?
Supposedly he was with his family. It looked like he was on a vacation, but some people said he might have been on Fox's Masked Singer. So Masked Singer Gate has been launched.
And he has denied that, but obviously
Once
that would,
again, he would deny it if he was on the show.
Exactly, because contractually you would have to deny such a situation. So I don't know. I mean, he signed that $38 million deal with Fox.
Yep.
Maybe one of those stipulations was okay. You got to do a Fox show.
So
this year.
So if this was Tom Brady with the New England Patriots, I tell you to get lost with this story.
Yep.
I tell you, look.
So he wouldn't have left for 2 weeks to begin with.
Oh yeah, but just humor me if you will.
Yeah.
Just humor me if you will. Like no way. This Fox / Tampa Bay Tom, I'm like maybe. Nah, but in all reality, I think this is a farce because Tom takes the game too serious, and I don't think he would ever allow anything like this to chip away at his legacy and chip away at what we revere him as. Like, if it came out that he was on, well, we'll see it if he gets revealed during the show. But if we saw that, that would eat at your opinion of him a little bit in terms of who. It would.
A little bit.
And I don't think Tom's smart enough where he wouldn't allow that to happen.
I don't think it would eat away at it at all.
I mean,
If you leave your team for 2 weeks to go record Masked Singer and everybody's thinking the worst,
But it's in your contract.
doesn't matter. But
Why
your
can't I
football
get it in
comes
my
first.
contract?
If you played ahead,
No, football contract comes first.
I know.
It's football, then it's
way.
whatever else you do.
Listen, I'll re-sign with you Buccaneers, but I have this already on my calendar. Okay,
Maybe
Tom, that's not a
maybe
problem.
that's the case.
Of course it is.
Yeah,
Okay.
There you go, Baz. Very good.
See,
Because
man.
don't forget, he
That's why you're
re-signed
here.
that 1-year deal.
That's why you're here.
Hey,
What
you
can I
know
tell you?
Look at that.
Look,
Try to keep it straight.
See, education right there, buddy.
That's why
I
I'm here,
appreciate
buddy.
you.
Let's keep
Good
it on
job.
quarterbacks, okay? Let's go to the Seattle Seahawks. Pete Carroll has not named the number 1 quarterback yet. He says,
Idiot.
I think we have 2 number 1 quarterbacks in Geno Smith and Drew Lock.
He's got 2 number 1 quarterbacks that nobody wanted. I'll help him out right now with that decision. Start Drew Lock. We know who Geno Smith is. We saw Geno Smith for the first 7 games of West Virginia, and then we saw what happened in the next 5. We saw Geno Smith in New York. We saw him in the other New York. And we've seen the limits and the max and the ceiling that is Geno Smith. Drew Lock, he's a young guy. He's a talented guy. He's a bit of a loose cannon. Man, let that loose cannon go, because it's not like you guys are doing anything this year, Seattle. Let him go. He's a young guy. Let him have some fun. You got Drew, you got DK out there, you got Tyler Lockett out there. Have some fun. Geno Smith is going to be very pedestrian. He's not going to throw for more than 189 yards a game. He's not going to throw for more than 15 touchdowns. He's not going to throw for more than 10 interceptions. Go with Drew Lock. Lock it up.
I think Seattle potentially could have the number 1 overall to pick in the NFL in the draft. I think they're going to be fighting with the Chicago Bears for that.
Oh, I like that.
You really think they're going to fall that far?
They're
Pete Carroll?
0-6 in the division.
No, they'll squeeze it. They own the Rams. They own them.
Yeah, when Russell
Wilson is quarterback.
Russell Wilson played.
Hey, Pete Carroll's not a dummy.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't say he was. I just think they're outmanned.
When you don't have, like you see how that USC, and I know I'm going back to college, but you saw when USC started to topple, they didn't have the talent anymore. They started losing to Jim Harbaugh and Stanford. They started losing to other schools. When you just ain't got it, you just ain't got it.
Carolina Panthers, let's stay with quarterbacks. You already know Baker Mayfield was named the number 1 starting quarterback coming up against the Browns in week number 1. But how about their backups in Carolina? Sam Darnold and Matt Corral. Well, Matt Corral, Liz Frank fracture. Maybe you could tell me a little bit about that. But he is out for the year on injured reserve. So I guess Sam is staying.
Injury, man.
I guess Sam is staying.
What injury?
The Liz Frank injury.
I'm going to have to look that one up.
That's where you break the middle of your foot, essentially. And it's a real. I mean, I can't remember if it was.
That's sad for the kid.
Did Rashid deal with that? One of the Pistons dealt with that.
I think you might be right.
I just know it's not good.
That's a
was it McDyess?
Maybe it was McDyess.
Yeah.
It's a tough injury to come back from. I think you're right, Braylon. That might have been Antonio McDyess.
I think that's what retired him.
Yeah, that's a really tough injury to come back from. I mean, he's a young guy and he's got time. He's not going to be rushed back. You've got Baker Mayfield, and he's going to have a year to recover. But that's a long recovery, that injury. It's a nagging injury as well, I believe. So there's that. Guys, I wanted to do this too because there was news that came out today in college football, and it got us all to thinking about our most annoying fan bases in sports. We're going to get to that next, but first a message from Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It is an award-winning haircut experience. We want you to come to Lady Jane's. Register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win the car of your dreams from Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime, no appointment necessary. It's wicked awesome. Wicked awesome.
Wicked.
It took exploring 50 different formulas and hosting countless taste tests, but we believe Gypsy Vodka is the smoothest vodka on the market. Don't believe us? Ask the owners.
We're Mike and Adam Kazanowski with High Five Spirits Distillery. We're in close to about 1,200 locations throughout Michigan. We wanted to create a brand that was geared more towards freedom, love, adventure, and at the end of the day, we really wanted to tell a story that inspired other people to take risks, follow their dreams, whatever that might be.
Hey, this is Mr. Kearney, Chief Academic Officer, Academy of Warren. I want to welcome you to the brand new Field House. The state-of-the-art facility has a regulation basketball court, volleyball court, soccer field. It can be used for 7-on-7 football. Our K-8 academic features AM, PM, latchkey, small classroom sizes, Learning Street, futuristic media center, free breakfast and lunch, Houghton Mifflin curriculum, academic games, K-8 athletics, and more. Enroll today at academywarren.net.
Get a shot up. This is for the win. All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
Trader.com.
We got to get into it. We got to get
It's the #1 site, my friend, for your game day best play-by-play updates, live scores, and the best price on every game from multiple sport books. That is right. Multiple sports books, the bets you want, multiple games, the parlays you want to see, the parlays you want to put that money, that cash in your pocket. Well, guess what? You can do it all at oddstrader.com. The best bets from all sports books. oddstrader.com.
All right, give me a little beat here, Flannel. We got the most annoying fan bases of all time. This is our personal most annoying fan bases of all time. Maz, we're going to let you have the floor first.
I go first, huh? Okay, here we go. I'm going to go from number 5 to number 1. The 5th Most annoying fan base are the Michigan State Spartans.
What makes them annoying to you?
They're just annoying. They are, they wannabes. They hate the hate that they have for Michigan. They despise them so much. They want to be them. That's why I make them 5, 4, 3, and 2.
Oh my goodness,
okay?
Matt. Come on.
I'm sorry. And I pay Michigan State good money every year for my daughter Lily to go there.
Maz might just took some heat off you with the Michigan State fan base.
But my number one most annoying fan base are the stinking Boston Red Sox, the Bo Sucks, as I call them. I just hate their guts. I hate the B.
It's in your blood.
I hate everything about them.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry to my friends that are in Boston. I have a few.
The hell with them.
But I'm sorry. If I see that Red Sox hat, I automatically don't like you.
You wouldn't have liked me in like 05. Because like I was wearing nothing but Red Sox hats because
the B
exactly
for Braylon.
The B for Braylon.
Yeah,
So I was wearing a lot of Red Sox
I'm
hats.
sorry. I'd rather see you wear the B for something else. Brooklyn.
Bruins.
There you go.
Should have went
Boston
Brooklyn.
Bruins.
No,
Still
Boston. That's Boston.
So sorry, guys.
Braylon, what do you got? Most annoying fan bases. Braylon Edwards.
Coming in at number 5, Michigan State. Michigan State to me is annoying for a ton of reasons, but the biggest reason is they never
This is look at that.
That looks like me. Oh, there we go. There we go. Yes. Look at that. I'm looking at my list. Whoever did this, amazing job by you, Fletch. So Michigan State, my biggest reason for that is this: they never have any expectations. Like you can only play on we're the underdog for so long. They have no expectations before the season starts, and then all of a sudden they beat you, and it's like you lost to us. Like I don't like that. Michigan State, they annoy me. The Raiders, this is a twofold. Like I'm talking about going to a game on this one. Going to a game, oh man, Raiders fans suck for the opposition. If you're a Raiders fan, they're great. And then meeting Raiders fans outside of now Las Vegas. But back in the day, going to the black hole, man, I got hit with batteries. I got hit with shoes. I got called all types of things. Like the people in Oakland at that time and the people that cheered for the Raiders, hell, I played in a game in the preseason 2011 where 3 people were shot between Oakland and the 49ers, because that rivalry is they don't play that. So then there's Ohio State. Anything Ohio sucks. Like I hate Ohio State. Like they are disrespectful. They're disgruntled. Just all around. You know what it is. Michigan is Ohio State. The whole state of Ohio kiss my ass. That's why I said the Browns as well. They suck. The whole state of Ohio. Cincinnati, you can get it too. Dayton, you can get it too. And then number 1, Phillies fans are annoying all around the country. Now, in Philadelphia, they're the worst. You get called all types of names, all types of things. I think they beat up Santa Claus one year, if I'm not mistaken.
Threw him in jail.
Threw his butt in jail. But outside of that, Philly fans are Philly fans. That they got the accent and it's, I can't take it. I can't take it.
I find them to be very funny.
Yeah, funny in a bad way.
Yeah, exactly. Funny for you.
Yeah, I'm funny. I amuse you.
Here is my list. Most annoying fan bases of all time. Number 5, the Chicago Bears. Hate them. Green Bay Packers. F you. Notre Dame, you can go to hell. And Michigan State, you can kiss my... You know what? Michigan State 1 and 2. And I've got an example why Michigan State has the most annoying fan base of all time.
No.
Let me put this up. MSU 4-star recruit Demetrius Bell. He has recently decommitted, posted on Twitter. This was today or in the last 24 hours.
Yes.
Decommitted from Michigan State. And then he has followed up that announcement today with, oh boy, but the death threats are awesome. LOL. So he's getting death threats because he decommitted from MSU. Now, so that's part A, first and foremost, the death threats. Number 2, if this was Michigan, close your eyes for 1 minute and pretend like a 4-star, highly touted recruit just decommitted after a long time committed to Jim Harbaugh in Ann Arbor.
Yeah.
If that player decommits, oh, Jim Harbaugh sucks.
Yep.
He has lost his edge.
Yep.
Michigan has no NIL presence. They're never going to be
Keep
able to
'em
recruit
coming.
again.
Keep 'em coming.
A Michigan State fan, Michigan State media would be talking about this all day long. So for that reason, Michigan State has the most annoying fan bases, 1 and 2. And you know what? Maybe Mel Tucker has lost his edge. Maybe Mel Tucker can't coach anymore. Maybe Michigan State has no NIL presence or anything like that. How do you lose a recruit like this?
It's a 4-star. It's not even a 5-star.
How in the world do you lose a 4-star recruit
Not a 5-star,
like this?
it's a 4-star.
Oh boy, my goodness, Michigan State.
And even in that same text thread, I mean that same Twitter thread, or that same comment, one of the Michigan State fans said something to the effect of, well, good riddance, go on, we don't need you, we don't need people like you, it's only Spartan dogs for life or something. And then somebody else said, besides, we didn't say it anyway, our fan base, no. I'm like, right. But that Green Bay one, I don't know. Yeah. I might disagree with Green Bay because there's a lot of Detroit Lions fans that are closetedly Green Bay Packers fans when the season's over. As soon as the season's over, they pull out that green, and they pull out that yellow, and they cheer for the Packers every year.
Don't forget the UP. The UP of Michigan. It's all Green Bay.
Yeah. There's a lot of closet Green Bay Packers fans in the metropolitan Detroit area. That's all I'm saying.
They're the only team you can root for in your division to win a Super Bowl, usually. If you want the NFC North or slash Central,
I don't want that.
I did. No. I just did.
But why though? Because then it makes that's like in the Big Ten, rooting for the Big Ten to win the national championship.
I usually do.
I don't. Like, I'll cheer for them to do well.
You don't want Ohio State to beat Alabama?
Hell no. Who wants that?
No, I do.
So
I don't want that.
So now I have to listen to Ohio State.
I don't want that. No.
So now I have to listen to Ohio State's fan base mouth another year. Now they got more fire, more fuel for
I
want
to beat the SEC. I want to beat.
I don't care about that.
Not that one.
Now I will say that
I want to beat them, and I want to beat Notre Dame.
I would cheer for anybody else except Ohio State.
I will say I do root for Michigan State and Ohio State.
In basketball?
No. In football leading up to the Michigan game, because I always want Michigan State unbeaten and Ohio State unbeaten when Michigan plays them. But after that, I do not want Ohio State to win a national
I have
championship.
a caveat to MSU. I love Tom Izzo. That's my caveat.
You had him on the show talking from the bus.
How do you not? Who's the best?
The big, basketball is different. Like, when the basketball tournament comes around, I cheer for every team in the Big Ten. Even all the way up into the national championship. Like, if Michigan State gets in, if Wisconsin gets in. I wanted Wisconsin to beat Duke that year. I think Jaleel Okafor year. I wanted them to win. They lost. I can cheer in basketball. Football, forget about it. Now, I'll cheer for you in your bowl game. Unless you're in the playoffs, because that means you got a chance to get to the national championship.
Without question. So that's fun. Hey, while you're in the chat, send us your most annoying fan bases if you'd like. Spencer, you've got the heavyweights coming up 5 to 7 here on Woodward Sports. He goes Cowboys 1, Yankees 2, Michigan 3, Maple Leafs 4, Duke 5. I would say if I did not go to the University of Michigan, our fan base would be included in that. I would probably hate our fans too. I'd hate me. But it's all good. We'll come back. Maz's videos of the day. How can you ever hate me?
How do you hate you?
Maz's videos of the day next. First a message from Chili Peppers Tanning.
Oh, Chili Peppers Tanning. 27 locations and more on the way. 2 right here on beautiful Woodward Avenue. A couple right down the street from our beautiful Birmingham studios. If you join the Pepper Club, they're going to save you $5 against any competitor on unlimited tannings. Plus, you get the cleanest salons in the D, and you get to hang out with the Peppers girls, which is awesome. The hottest bulbs, the hottest deals, the darkest tans. Your Vitamin D headquarters. Check them out at chilipepperstanning.com.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house.
Hello?
Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
Hi, I'm John from Better Rate Mortgage, and to me, family is more than blood. That's why I have the biggest family in Metro Detroit. If you're looking to buy a house or refinance and need a loan, come get treated better than family by me and our entire team here at Better Rate Mortgage. We pride ourselves on giving you better advice, better service, and a better loan experience. That's why we are Better Rate. If you're looking for a new mortgage, come get treated like family. Actually, better with Better Rate Mortgage. Visit us at mybetterrate.com or call at 248-480-4467 today.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag out. There they go, right on the whistle. They were talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
Getting a lot of people to write us in on the YouTube chat about the most annoying fan bases. Dante says the Dallas Cowboys. Sapper.
Yeah.
The Boston Celtics. Yeah, that's a good one, actually.
Yeah, that's a real good one.
I hate Celtics fans. I have always hated the Boston Celtics. Chuck says Penn State fans.
Nah.
George writes the Cowboys fans.
Yeah.
A lot of people saying Cowboys fans.
Back in the day, maybe.
Reed says Cowboys. Wow, Patty Grimes, Alabama, Yankees, Ohio State, Cowboys, and then Dodgers. But the Cowboys included in a lot of those.
Outside of the Cowboys, you know what I've noticed about the teams you name? They all win championships. So, of course, you're going to hate on them.
Right,
and hate their
exactly.
fans. They're insufferable because all they do is win.
Hey, guys, it is that time of the day. We like to play Maz's videos of the day.
And now it's time for Maz's Videos of the Day, only on the Woodward Sports Network.
All right, I'm going to start you guys off with a little nature, okay?
Okay.
The first one, I don't even know if you guys might want to watch it. I thought it was fascinating. It's the birth of a baby dolphin.
I don't know about this.
Under the water.
Birth?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh.
Check this dolphin out, this mama dolphin. She's going to swim around.
You can't say mom. That'll get you canceled.
No.
Birthing person.
Birthing dolphin. Birthing dolphin.
Yeah.
Look at him.
Oh,
It's
my
still
gosh.
in there.
What a beautiful mammal.
Look at that hole.
It's
She's gonna drop. She's gonna drop
Right.
Junior here soon.
Oh my
gosh. Junior's coming out, and then he goes right to his mama.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Look at
wow.
this.
Man, he came out swimming. He's
Look at that.
he's
That's what I'm
after it.
saying. He goes right to his mama. It's amazing.
It's amazing that they're born that advanced.
Isn't it?
It's a
Our
dolphins,
babies are
man.
born. We gotta put them in an incubator.
Oh,
and, like,
man.
It takes
Look
a
at
while
that,
to get to that
man.
point.
Isn't that something though?
Wow.
By the way, I got myself a Miami Dolphins sweatshirt.
Who's in Bill
The old logo Miami Dolphins sweatshirt. Remember the old logo Miami Dolphins?
The Mark Duper?
No, older than that.
Oh,
the Bob Greasy and Larry
Bob
Zonka.
Greasy.
Flipper jumping
played-
through the hoop of flame.
Paul Warfield. There you
Paul
go.
Warfield. Love that team. Okay, so that's one nature. This one is nature too, but this one is wild. This is a sea otter.
Isn't nature wild?
Sea otter escaping
Sea
the
otter.
jaws of an orca whale
Oh, my gosh.
and jumping on somebody's boat. This
Magic.
got audio in it.
You are on point tonight.
Listen to this. Let's listen to the audio.
Are you kidding me?
Look at this guy.
Coming up, bud.
Watch now.
He's like, look, I gotta tell
He's
you.
like kicking himself into the
Look,
throat.
look.
Yeah, he's like, look, man, I need to play some high for 2 seconds.
How's it like to be that boat owner seeing a whale?
Oh my God.
I mean,
But look, that sea otter was smart. Shoot.
Is that unbelievable?
He said, look, man, where you going?
wow. Wants to take another look at that right quick.
Hey, you see the otter?
He's like right here. Hey, buddy.
The otter's like, look, man, you mind if I chill here for a second? Where you going? Can I ride with you?
Happening right now?
Now look, the otter gets a little spooked with these guys talking back and just sitting
Oh
down.
my gosh. Hey, I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm
He
not
said,
gonna
you
hurt
sure?
You're good.
Okay, I'll come
Okay,
back.
all right.
Chill up here
Okay.
as long as you need.
Oh my God!
Isn't that unbelievable?
Man. In survival, something nature.
Amazing.
Seriously.
I love that. I feel like animals and humans. I feel like you can talk to somebody when you need to. You can, because he understood. He said, "No, you can stay." Because I was like,
understood
he
that.
came back. Man, these orcas have been out of control. I've been watching the documentaries lately. They're killing killer sharks.
Yeah.
Great white sharks. They're killing great white sharks off the coast of Australia. Orcas are going crazy in this ocean.
I
these
saw
days.
a mako shark eating another shark the other day off the Jersey Shore.
Oh, they do that all
like
the time.
way out there. Well, in Long Island, out
yeah.
there. I mean, they are just.
There's a shark
They're
scare
back,
right now in
man.
South Carolina. It said sharks bit 3 people this past weekend.
How about this? Maybe what the United States has been doing, trying to clean up pollution and all, has worked. Because do you know the Hudson River, where I used to grow up?
Right.
It's the cleanest it's ever been. There was a dolphin sighting in the Hudson River.
Get out of here.
Lies.
I swear to God.
I'm not going
In the
that far.
Hudson?
In the Hudson River.
Lies.
No, I saw it.
You're from New Jersey. I'm not listening.
Are we
Come
looking
on,
for the
man.
video?
No, I don't have that. I'm just trying to tell you a little bit more nature stuff. Here's the next video. It's a really cute one. A couple of smart little cookies here. A couple kids. Check them out. Very funny.
Look at me. You can have fruit snacks, but you can't have them right now, okay?
You gotta wait.
You gotta wait until mommy and daddy come back, okay? You can't eat these yet. You gotta wait until we come back. I'm gonna leave them right here. Don't touch them. Wait, okay? We're gonna come back. Don't eat them yet. Don't eat them. We'll be right back. We just gotta
Oh my
The
God.
one on the left is definitely gonna break that pack.
Look at these guys.
He's trying
Watch
so
them look at each
hard.
other. Watch them look at each other.
Yeah. Should we? Yeah, let's do it.
Just one.
Just one.
Oh,
two. My sister still dances like that when she eats
Oh
food.
my God. Look at that.
The one on the left is the ringleader.
I love that. Reminds me of,
But he looks at the one on the right for confirmation.
Looks like Spanky and Alfalfa from our gang, by the way.
He definitely ate 4.
Oh, come on, Detroit Dabber.
What did Detroit Dabber say?
What are those, 10 milligrams?
Oh, for God's sake.
Come on,
Dabber.
That was
Dabber.
funny. That was
Hey,
funny.
my last one. Have you ever seen a boat sink?
Yes.
Not Titanic, but a regular, like a
First of all,
yacht.
I didn't see that. Yes, I've seen
Okay,
yacht sink.
here's a super yacht, they call this, off the coast of
Oh,
Italy.
no.
Sinking before your eyes.
Oh, no.
What a waste of money.
Didn't this happen yesterday?
Oh, my gosh.
Look at this thing.
Oh. That's just, hopefully there were no injuries.
No, everyone was okay.
Wow.
Look at that.
Oh, my. Is that the Titanic?
That's a Jerry Jones yacht.
That is a Jerry Jones type yacht.
Look at this sucker go now. It's picking up speed.
Damn. It sank.
There she blows.
I thought it was going to get rescued.
That's awful, man.
Isn't that?
Good night, Irene.
Good night, Irene.
Man.
That's all I got for you.
Good job
$40
today,
million
man.
Thank
down
you.
the drain.
Seriously. Woo. My goodness.
Oh, my.
Maz, good effort out of you today. Those are some really good videos. I like those animal videos, too,
Yeah, I
man.
think they're really cool.
Pretty good stuff.
They don't get us pulled down either.
Braylon Edwards, I cannot tell you how enjoyable it is to do a show with you.
Hey, brother, you know I
it
love
has
you.
been a minute and a half since we've
It
been
has,
together.
literally.
And we ain't going nowhere.
No, we're not.
So we're here for the duration.
No,
and
we're not.
glad everything is finally. Travel, sickness, we're all good.
We're here.
We're here.
We're here, buddy.
Get us out of here.
Hey,
Fletch
listen.
and flannel, by the way. Sorry, too.
No matter how long the odds look, no matter how hard the obstacle seems to overcome, no matter how many people count you out, you can do it. Stick your mind to it, stay in the fight, and you can do it. My cousin from another mother, Leon Edwards, showed us this past Saturday when he drop kicked Usman into another dimension. Stay in the fight. Believe in yourself, and you too can be the champ. Look at me. My man Ryan Ermanni, Maz, Fletch, and Flannel Sam. Together we are the bottom line.
Not gonna drop. All right, go ahead. 2, 1. Oh my God. Oh, jeez. Oh my. Oh, this isn't right. I don't get paid enough for this. Oh.